You're watching ATS Network, Bahamas. It's been 3 months since the grand opening of the Royal Suites apartment complex. The reanimated corpse of the Royal Victorian Hotel was left abandoned for nearly 20 years. The new owner, Valentine Turner, or Valley Boy, the first young Bahamian billionaire, cut a deal with the government to turn it into low-cost apartments for Bahamians. But you know these people will never be satisfied. Lana's on the ground with more.
Oh yeah, the people them saying the apartment smell funky, plenty rotten mold everywhere and holes and thing everywhere. They say mice and thing everywhere and the toilets ain't working and people getting lost up in there and tell me what they interview some of them people right now to see what happening right now, yeah.
Righteous Ferguson, my family from Freeport. I's be watching my shows and thing and the powers be turning off, man. And the one is be black. And at night time, I's be hearing them ghosts when I peeing in the bathroom.
Might as well move out.
Ah, what the devil? Move out? I go where? I got money. Money's going crazy. You gotta be crazy. You know how much bread
Oh
costs?
God,
I can buy
they're so
some
angry.
vending machines for
Lord, let's keep
no
talking
bread.
to these people,
No
man.
bread.
Let's see.
No
Let's
bread.
keep talking to
Get
them.
the
Let's
fuck
see
out
what
my
they're saying.
apartment, right? Like, get out.
What do I think of this apartment complex? Let me spell it out for you. TRASH. Trash. Everything about it screams low budget and tacky. Now look at my outfit. Does this give low budget and tacky? I don't think so. I almost gagged the moment I stepped foot in there. It's almost like I was being pranked, especially when I was greeted with a dirty little cockroach in the kitchen. Ew. And on that note, I'm done with this interview. Unlike a lot of you, I have a real life. Just make sure I look good before you air this thing, okay?
I recently graduated actually, and for the last couple of years of my time in school, I was putting myself through school through my scholarship. And that financial burden, because it wasn't just the scholarship, it was the fact that I also had to pay my own rent as well. When I first came to Canada, that first school that I went to, boy, I suppose y'all could consider this to be a transparency post. When I say I'm broke and I ain't got no money, I mean that shit, bro. And for many years, I thought that the people around me were also similar levels of broke, because that's not really something you talk about with people you're not super close with.
How much money do you get?
Not really a normal conversation you'll have. But I started to just notice slight things, bro. It's like, I went to one fast food place the other day with some friends. Everybody else bought food except for me. Because I was telling myself, you got food at home, save your money. You can buy groceries. And it is solid advice, but it's also depressing as fuck. Because I want fast food too. I want the comfort of having enough money to buy fast food, but I don't. That's how broke I am. Don't get me confused. This ain't me asking for money. I just being real as fuck. As fuck as I could be. What the hell did I just say? When you really scraping by, it ain't really something that people just talk about, babe. I crawling by, bro. Literally like this. I crawling by, babe. Every single purchase I make, I gotta think about. I don't ever buy something without thinking about it, because every dollar I spend takes out from my teeny tiny little bank account that I got, bro. That shit minuscule, they're tiny, bro. When I see something that costs $3, that's nothing. That's $3. It adds up. It makes a difference. I had to get good at cooking and making food at home, and I don't like doing that. I don't like cooking. I don't enjoy making food, honestly. I don't.
Or do I? See, I never cooked growing up, so I never established any connection to it. My immediate family is mainly women, and me being born a male, I handle the more physically laborious tasks, like taking out the trash, lifting heavy shit, etc. The only time I would cook would be to boil ramen noodles or microwave something. When I moved to university and I was in an apartment, I realized that I knew basically nothing about cooking, and I hated it. The tedium of measurements, the agony of cooking while you're hungry, the heat of the stove, and that quiet dissatisfaction of spending 40 minutes making dinner only for it to be mid. but gradually I got more used to it out of necessity. I slowly increased my internal recipe list, and eventually I started to make food that I actually liked.
I used to hate it. Now I just tolerate it because I know I'm saving money, and that satisfaction makes it more worth it for me to just cook. There's a shame to being broke. I don't know about y'all, but I just feel like I can't move. I just feel like I can't do anything because when the money low, the money low, the money real low. But even in saying that, I'm still speaking from a point of privilege. I mean, I have a house that I stay in. I got food, I got water, I got clothes on my back. I don't have to work myself to death every single day. But that don't detract from the fact that I don't buy fast food no more. I don't buy stuff for fun no more. Every time I purchase something, I have to plan it. Even if it's something small, because I just don't got the money like that, bro. But there's such a shame to that too. I remember one time I was talking to this one person, and her friend was bad as fuck. Very attractive woman. And I was like, playfully like, yo, let me haul up at your friend though. This person would then go on to say that you're too broke for my friend. Probably wasn't wrong, but you see how that suddenly became a personal failing of mine? It ain't like I was recklessly spending my money, I just didn't have a substantial source of income. But yet now, I have to be deprived of a relationship because of something that I can't really control. And on that note of control, how much control do we really have? Sometimes I get ads saying, here's ways to cut back on spending, or here's ways to increase your passive income. You think guys ever bother clicking on those shits, bro? We live in an inhospitable planet right now because of capitalism, because of white supremacy, because of the way that these systems reinforce themselves and keep us dominated. So when I see ads saying, here are 10 ways to secretly increase your income, I just want to kill myself, honestly. Because clearly they ain't talking to me. If I was reckless and spent my money, nigga, I'd go hungry. And that's just how I've been living for the past couple of years, honestly. I literally cannot be reckless when I spend in, bro. But because of that, it also keeps me inside. I don't really go out that much because when I go out, I inevitably about to spend something. The most broke I ever been, maybe about 2 years ago, and I didn't feel bad about it because I mean, what, you want me to starve? But the thing is that one time I got caught and they just kicked me out. They just made me leave. And as I was walking home, I was just thinking, babe, they really want you to die. Why you even gotta pay for food? And if you don't got the money, you just gotta starve. I started going to food cupboards and stuff, but I was very tight-lipped about that because it's so shameful. It's so shameful to not have money, bro. It's so shameful. And it's the way people look at you when you tell them you don't got it. It's like this kind of pitying look. Like, don't pity me, bro. Because you about to get fucked up too. We are all one bad day away from being homeless. Everyone. But let me not say to everyone. Y'all know who I referring to when I say to everyone. I mean people who on the ground. Who are mortal, you know? Some niggas, they got so much money that they basically can never die. Donald Trump. Who said that? Who said that? Who in this room with me? I don't know who said that. That was kind of scary. Anyway, sometimes I will sacrifice to just get something for myself that will lift my spirits, bro. Sometimes I will just buy a little sweet treat just to keep myself going. 70% of the time, if someone don't have money, it's because of capitalism and not just because they don't know how to save their money. You could be the perfect civilian when it comes to being a financially responsible person, and one bad day could just fuck you up. Or maybe the prices that are gradually rising slowly, higher and higher and higher. They just catch up to you, and now all of a sudden, oh shit, I can't afford to pay this bill. Now what? Then the world says drown. If you don't have enough money, then it's probably your fault. I think about how Jeff Bezos could solve so many things just by himself. I think about how the billionaires in the world could solve so many problems. They could save so many lives. But they just choose not to. Instead, they trying to go to the fucking moon, blowing up rockets and shit. Who asked for that? I don't know. I love space, you know. I love the stars. I love the planets. I love nebulas. I love galaxies. I love quasars and blazars and neutron stars. Give the money to someone who needs it, bro. Fuck. Despite my current financial hardships, I am still grateful. When I take a hot shower and I'm able to really just decompress and relax, I'm very grateful for that. The fact that I don't have to go to sleep at 11 p.m. every day because I was working an extraordinarily long day with poor wages in a hostile environment. What the hell is creaking up the LB? That's the vibe with recording in different places. I've never recorded in hell before. Shit, maybe something else is in there with me. Like, I could be one of the brokest people that I know, but I can also see that I am very privileged compared to people in other countries and other circumstances. They both occur at the exact same time.
I mean, I walk in, drop my keys, and yeah, I see all the little issues. The light flickers sometimes, the AC has its own personality, and there's always something that needs probably fixing. But honestly, I kind of love it. It's not some perfect showroom apartment, it's mine. Every corner has a story, every scratch has a memory, and at the end of the day, no matter where I've been, this is the spot I'm always happy to come back to.
It seems some residents have found a way to romanticize their suffering into an attitude of gratefulness, a skill that many poor people need to learn. Coming up, our next story, the marijuana debate continues to heat up.
I wish I had, you know, happier things to say about this topic, but it's grim, bro. Like, finance shit is grim. It's grim and it's sad. I used to have a really hard time spending money on anything. Cause it's like, but I don't know when I get in my next sum. I still have a tendency to prefer to stay home because I know I'm guaranteed to not spend no money. I don't online shop. The only thing I might buy is one damn Overwatch skin. I can't believe people is be spending $50 on a damn Mercy skin in Overwatch Play. If Blizzard shut down, they ain't paying you back for that. It's different levels to this shit, bro. And then there's the final pillar of this financial shame that has happened, where people would be like, oh well, I mean, just find a job. Just find a job. If I don't just find a job. I wish it was that simple, bro. I wish it was that simple to just raise your hand up and be like, can I have a job, please? And then something fall from the sky, a fucking like job application. And it's like, wow, awesome. I wish it was that simple, but it's never that simple. Imagine you someone that don't even have a high school degree because you dropped out for whatever reason. 9 times out of 10, you're fucked. The way that things are set up, if you're not in the right circumstance, if you don't know the right people, if you're not the right race, the right class, the right gender, you're fucked. And I even mentioned mental health. Assume that you're someone with a college degree and now you're trying to find a job after you graduate. How many of y'all found that to be a easy process? I'm gonna assume most of y'all are gonna say it was hard as fuck. So what exactly makes finding a job easy? Already having money. Already being connected, boy. To find a job, you already have to have some sort of connection, boy. Because that's how it has happened most times nowadays, especially in the Caribbean. It's who you know. Oh, I got a cousin who work at the bank. I gotta ask him if there's an open position. You just jumping over everybody else that applied. You would be an ass to not accept that because what? You want to be unemployed and broke? Possibly even homeless? You have to accept that because the system ain't made for people to just, you work as hard as you can and you get the job that you deserve. No, bro. Shit is gambling, babe. Once you on a search for a job, the longer you in a job search, the more financial burden starts to weigh on you. And it's just like, okay, I starting to really sink actually. It's a slow process, but I low-key need a job really bad. Oh my god, I need a job. I found one. But some people, they don't have that. They don't have that luxury of finding a job. They fall beneath that red and then they disappear into the throes of real poverty. And I bet you someone will still find a way to blame that person. Well, you're lazy. You weren't looking hard enough. You gotta use LinkedIn. You gotta use Indeed. It's not guaranteed. Even with a degree, even with two, even with a master's, or like there's no guarantee that you'll get the job that you deserve. Because again, the system ain't made to give you what you deserve. You work, and hopefully I could find some fucking employment. See what I'm saying? Because your boy needs some steady income. That's all I got. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. I know that pause fuck you up. Sorry, I'm unpredictable. Turn this shit off.
Welcome to the Royal Victoria Hotel. Here to serve you.